If you ever thought something was too good to be true, then it probably is. In this case of Lewis and Gunter, it defiantly is. These two influencers that pretend to be multi-million-dollar traders are really just marketers. In an industry where it is easy to convince the general public that they really are who they say they are. Let me break it down for you. First, we will start with Lewis, as later on in the video, it will make sense where Gunter came into all of this. Lewis started his journey as a lifeguard before then, working in the sales industry selling cars. Already having sales knowledge and being able to sell to the public isn't an easy thing to do. Later down the line, he started in the Forex industry, but not trading, signing people up to an offshore unregulated broker. The catch would be this: sign up to this designated broker, deposit a certain amount, which normally is $300, place this activation trade to check. We have everything set up correctly, then you are added into our free group where you can follow my personal trades. All sounds amazing, right? Well, what's happened in that process is you have indirectly paid Lewis a certain amount of money. It just hasn't come from your pocket. The broker, like Lewis, has a conflict of interest. See, once Lewis has gotten his commission from the broker, he really doesn't care if you win or lose because he has already gotten what he wants from you, so the incentive is no longer there. Now, in order to get people to think that signing up to do what he does is more appealing, you need to portray a lifestyle and act like what he does provides that life. This comes in the form of flashy cars, big houses or apartments, lavish days out at beach clubs or holidays to nice places. But what you don't realize is trading profits isn't providing that life the money he gets from you signing up does. Lewis has been able to up this by having a girlfriend. Lewis's girlfriend has been able to provide him with a very nice home located on the Palm in Dubai. This house is owned by her parents, who are very well off. This house was used in a flurry of Instagram posts by not only Lewis, but people like Ollie Matthews, Johnny Carey, and also Gunter, as these are all people Lewis has used as partners in his scheme. If you look at his Instagram, you will see an abundance of nice cars, nice holidays, lavish things, which is perfect to reel people into wanting to also get the same things. But the truth is, you probably never will. Back in 2023, when Lewis was over in places like Marbella and Ibiza, he started posting a lot with Gunter taking him under his wing. This tactic was to try and boost Gunter's following and content to be able to bring him under the same scheme. There is an incentive here for both parties, as Lewis would get a cut from Gunter's commission, which is called sub-affiliation. This is where Gunter started his journey doing the same thing as Lewis. The same roots and game plan were used. Provide the lifestyle, post the content, provide the trading profit shots, make people think you are making thousands a day, and guess what? People will sign up. But since the two have had a few people around them be contacting by the FCA, which is a big deal if you are trying to provide financial advice to others, they have since swapped their methods. We now move on to their new scheme, and this one will surprise you. If you have ever done some research on the Forex industry, you will know there are services called prop firms that allow you to trade with capital that isn't yours. These are basically demo accounts that you are paying a fee for anything from $100 up to $1,000, depending on the account size. You have to go through some tests before you are able to get to the stage where you can actually start getting paid out. But guess what? This is where the new scheme comes in. See, why most people struggle to pass these prop firm tests is because they don't actually know how to trade themselves or are following others that are also not very good traders. So Lewis and Gunter have provided a service where you can skip these tests and get straight to the earning phase. Now, Lewis isn't on the same platform as Gunter, but the same scheme is still applied. They will pass your funded account for you, giving you immediate access to be able to make money. What you don't realize, is these are what are called instant funded accounts. They already exist, but are normally a little higher priced. So basically, Lewis and Gunter say they pass them, but really they don't, as they're already instant accounts. So the prop firm will pay them a commission fee for the same exact process as what they were doing over on the broker side. See, for brokers or prop firms, in order to have a steady flow of new customers, they have to spend thousands, if not millions, annually on advertisement, that being either on social media or through internet sites. For them, having social media influencers do this process. For them, they are cutting their advertisement costs dramatically, and guess what? All the work is being done for them. Now, Lewis and Gunter always have to be coming up with new ideas on how to entice new people to buy these funded accounts, thus bringing them more commission. And this comes in the form of giveaways. These can range from physical products, money incentives, free access to groups or free holidays with them, anything to spike their client flow through the scheme they will do because they need to keep the wheel turning. Gunter has also gone down the route of a high-ticket group. This is basically a group for quite an expensive entry fee, whereby you can learn how to trade from him. What you don't know is he isn't the trader. In this group, someone else is. This is just a fancy way of selling a course. So let's break down how these two actually make their money and have done for the past couple of years. Let's firstly state it is not from trading itself. The accounts they will be using will be provided from the same prop firms which are specifically designed for promotional purposes. Meaning, the prop firms can provide them with withdrawals, payout certificates, anything they need to be able to maintain a somewhat legitimate presence. But I hope you realize that most of these prop firms are not regulated whatsoever. They aren't providing you with any sort of live capital, and you're not depositing live capital, which is needed to be held in a liquidity provider. So, therefore, if you ever have any problems with these prop firms, there's basically nothing you can do about it. This can be breaking rules, denying payouts, anything that stops you from actually making money. Because the fee you basically pay for the account you want goes and sits in the prop firm's bank account. And if anyone is actually successful on making some trades and requests a payout, they are basically paying them out of that banked money. You have to remember that both brokers and prop firms are working off a very big statistic here. Remember this, saying 90% of traders lose 90% of their capital in 90 days. So they know that only a very small percentage of people they're going to have to pay out when the rest are going to keep the money rolling in by trying again and so on. So we established Lewis and Gunter don't making money from actual trades. So commission is the biggest money earner from them. Now this can be in the regions of $500 per client. Back when they were on the broker side, maybe it isn't as high on the prop firm side, but I would guess that it's probably not far off. Gunter will also be making money off of the entry fee to his high-ticket Discord group. So now you have the loop. You need to ask yourself one question. If everyone stopped signing up, would they be able to maintain the same lifestyles they promote online without recycling content? Unless they are actually putting the money they are making from scheming into legitimate business ventures that will set them up for the future, they really need you guys to keep the money wheel spinning in order to keep up the lifestyle. What you need to take away from this video, if nothing, is trading is a very hard skill to learn. It does not take a couple of years to be able to make the kind of money they say they make. If they are pushing a product that isn't their own, understand there will always be a conflict of interest. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there is anyone else you would like me to do a video on, drop a comment down below and I will. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Trade safe and smart.